Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Gaslands TV. Today I'll be doing this truck over here. I don't think it's a Hot Wheel, probably a Matchbox. I don't remember. I should keep the cover of these things. Anyways, I'm gonna be using the drill to open it up, and I'm not gonna be using the glass. So what's cool about these things is that if you're not gonna use them, they sometimes come with a top or something that goes under the roof, and you could use these as armor plating or something. So I'm gonna probably cut that out and put it on the side of a window here with some regular glue, and put two machine guns in the front, and maybe on the other side I'll put this metal piece that I found in the garage. And for the front window, I'm gonna use gift card that I had. I'm gonna cut that up and put a little piece in the front there. Now there's a touch too much glue there, so I'm gonna use toothpick to try to clean that out. And for the window inside, I'm gonna use sandpaper, which is drywall sandpaper. I bought a lot of that stuff, so I'll be using that for a while. It does the job. It's pretty cool. Then I'm gonna replace the tires with these 3D printed tires. If you're looking for bits and stuff, I sell some of this stuff on my Etsy page, so if you want, you could check out the link, like rams and stuff like that. So I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna put a ram in the back of this car. I've never put a ram in the back, so I'm gonna try it out on one of these cars. And the back was kind of empty, so I'm gonna put a spare tire and maybe a can of gasoline there in the back. So once that's done, you basically prime it. I'm gonna prime it in white, and I'm not sure why I primed these tires. I think I'm gonna use them for terrain later on. So that looks primed pretty well. And for this one, I'm gonna try metallic paints. I'm gonna try to do a fade from the left side of the car to the right. So I'm gonna start with the red, and I'm gonna just put the first coat. Again, with the first coat, it's important to make sure the paint is smooth and there's no bumps or whatever, because then when you put your second coat, it's gonna go on smooth as well. And I'm gonna go to the middle of the car and just put some extra paint on the side and not put the second coat in the middle of the car. I don't know if you can see that in the middle, it's a bit lighter, so I didn't go all the way with the second coat. And on the side of the inside here, I don't know what's going to be showing, what's not going to be showing, so I'll just play it safe and paint the whole thing red. I had extra paint there, so instead of making it go to waste, I'm going to use it on the side here. It's probably going to be hidden anyways, but I'm going to do the other side in gold. This was a real pain in the rear. Is that okay to say on YouTube? But anyways, it's really hard to put this gold paint on the white. Someone said when you're painting metallic, maybe gray or black is better to prime, and I wish I knew that beforehand, but we learn from our mistakes, and hopefully you learn from my mistakes. So I put some gold, and then with a bit of gold left over on the brush, I go onto the red in the middle of the car, and then with the red, a bit of red on the brush, I do the same thing on the gold, so it kind of looks like it's fading into each other. I'm gonna do the back here also, because I think that might show a little bit. And I'm pretty sure the tire flaps in the back, the splash guards are showing, so Gonna paint those, and the fade looks pretty cool. And now with some metallic silver, I did the guns and the armor, and I'm gonna also do here in the back and maybe the inside of the car. So that's done. I did the mag also and the spare tire in the back and the inside. I don't think the inside is going to be showing much, but you know, just in case you have that guy that picks up your car and tries to look for inside for some reason. But yeah, I just like to paint the inside. And for this piece of metal, I'm gonna go with straight up yellow. For those of you who have been watching my videos, you know I like to make these yellow and put some brushed metal on the yellow. To me, it just looks perfect. It looks like those construction trucks, you know, that you see all over the place. And with the silver, I'm also gonna do the ram here, or anti-ram, since it's going in the back, and that looks pretty good. I'm gonna take a little break. Don't forget to eat while you're painting, super important, and stay hydrated. And I'm telling you, after eating, when you come back to painting while it's all drying, you'll have all that energy and you'll feel better, and you can start getting into the rusting part of the car. So or the weathering, which is basically just silver, and I'm gonna use the silver to paint off some chips here, chip off some paint, or paint on some chips. I don't know what this technique is called, but you're making it look like the paint's been chipped off by painting on silver, if that makes sense. Use just the tip of the brush, the little hairs, and less is more here. I have a problem with not knowing when to stop, and I just keep putting it and piling it on. I like to put some here also, where the doors open. Damage that up a little bit. You can even use your finger to flatten it a little bit and fix little mistakes, or if you put too much paint. And I'm gonna put some here on the yellow piece of metal here. Weather that up a little bit. That looks pretty good. And this is the brushed metal I was talking about earlier. It goes on really, really dark, like almost black, but it's a reflective black. You kind of see this look on a lot of the snow plows. The front plows are all damaged, and some are more damaged than other. So you could have left it just with the silver. If you want to damage it even more, then add the brushed metal here. Maybe this is a really old piece of metal he found. Wanted to cover his driver's side. Now you could even use the brushed metal on the actual car. When there's very little on the brush, could dirty up the car. Super subtle, you won't see it. If you want to put more, like I did here, it's gonna really damage up the car, burn it up a little bit from getting shot at and stuff. Now the metal over here, I'm gonna also put some on top, going downwards. Same technique you basically use for rust. You could do it with the brushed metal black here, from top to bottom or bottom. And I'm just gonna put a few chips over here. Damage that up a little bit. All around the wheel, the fender here. Again, where the doors open. Dirty that. You could keep this car clean if you want. You don't need to dirty, especially when you have a nice fade going. You might want to keep it clean, but he's part of my fire team, so they're gonna be using a lot of like flamethrowers and Molotovs and stuff like that. So these guys are gonna kind of be pretty much burnt a little bit everywhere. And I'm gonna use that on the ram here, the anti-ram. And I'm gonna put some in the front just to obviously make it less shiny, less just silver. And I had some leftover paint. I don't want it to go to waste, so I always put any leftover paint that I have, I always put it underneath the car. Sometimes I have a lot, sometimes I have a little. Either way, it's going under, just in case, you never know. Car blows up, goes upside down. And I'm gonna dirty up the back here, and splash guards should also be dirty. And I'm dirtying the side here. This is probably not even gonna show, but now I'm gonna do some dry rust, and just put some dots of rust here on this metal, and at the bottom here. Metal meets metal, there's always a bit of rust, so put some there. And then just move these spots downwards with the brush. You can move your brush up and down really fast and move the rust up and down like that. And I'm going to do the metal in the front. Quite a bit on the top here. And then just bring it down as if water would bring it down when it's raining. And with some leftover, I'm just going to pass it on top of this piece of metal here on the side. Some underneath here, probably rests up a little bit more there. Again, this paint comes on pretty bright, and it dries up to a nice rust color. And again, if there's any left over on the brush, I'm gonna put it on the ram here. Rust up the front bumper, and I think I had enough paint, maybe too much paint, so I forgot the front bumper here on top. So sometimes as you're painting, you're gonna see things you forget, so don't forget to do them as soon as you see them, or else you'll probably forget again. And yeah, I had too much rust, so I'm gonna waste that. Not waste it, I mean the opposite of wasting. I'm gonna use that underneath my car here. Probably put 2 spots rust. And put it all together just to take a look at it. And now it's time to change the tires. I get what I call tire fatigue. And at this point I'm like, oh, I don't want to do these tires. I will save them for last. Maybe next time I'll do tires first, so I don't get tired fatigue of tires. I don't know. Let me do the inside brown again, just in case you could see the inside. I know you can see the dash when I put it back together, so I'm gonna make sure that's brown. And finally with the tires, I'm gonna put some black. And this car has like 6 tires in total. I get annoyed doing 4, now I had to do 6 for this one. I should have done the steering wheel too, now that I think of it, but I mean, you can't even see it, so. And with some brown, just the tip of your brush, you could dirty up the tire a little bit. Put little brown splotches on it like that. And once I've colored the tire, the spare, painted it, and glue it in the back, and put some glue for the gas canister here. That looks better. Try to always cover up lazy modeling areas of a car with little details. And now I'm gonna just glue the other 2 tires, and there we go, 4 tires. I don't know what happened to my glue here. It's just glue was gushing out from the bottom of it. It was so weird. Maybe like a hole happened somewhere. This was the most like dangerous thing to do that night, just cleaning up a super glue bottle that had exploded. And yeah, I just closed that up real quick and pretended that this thing had coronavirus and shoved it in my glove and threw that out real fast. And there we have it. I don't know what to call this guy, but actually I think I'm gonna dirty up the tires a little bit. They were too clean for this guy. He looked like he was off-roading a lot. Big tires like that, he should be. And I'm gonna wash it, which is the opposite. You're actually dirtying the car with something called a wash, which is like a black ink. It's very liquidy. It goes inside the cracks and it creates like shade, or yeah, it kind of highlights things, and at the same time dirties it up a little bit. Like, he has to be dirty. He's part of the fire crew, and yeah, he's part of this team here. I don't even have a name for this team, so if you have any ideas, if you're looking for dice to play the game, or some gates, some Gaslands TV templates, engines, blocks, rams, guns, pipes, containers, also full of missiles and missile launchers and spears, tires. You could get all that on our Etsy page, or win it at our contests on Gaslands TV Facebook page. And I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a quick one, and I'll be doing maybe some gates next, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.